Hey, so this is Ramon, the channel is Alpha 4, and welcome to my Tai Chi series. I believe I'm going to be calling it Redeeming Tai Chi. So let me tell you a little bit about my history with martial arts and my history with Tai Chi. My history with it is that with martial arts is when I was a young kid, I did Boys and Girls Club Karate, and I did Tae-Kwon-Do at some school, I don't even remember which. And then when I got to be about 13 or 14, I was a skinny kid, got picked on, and my uncle, he studied Taekwondo in Korea, and he taught me Taekwondo. From there, I would get into a ton of fights at school, including getting kicked out of school and for fighting. And eventually, I would fight at local competitions, what used to be called underground fighting. I did that for a while. And then when I got to be about 19, I started training with a group of friends in a thing that we locally called Fighting in the Park. And that was David, Joey, and Roy. And though me and Roy didn't really get along. And eventually I ended up fighting some people in some local ROTC tournaments. And that's about it. That was the end of my non-professional career. Then from there, I started doing, I wanted to go pro, but there was no pro to go into. The UFC wasn't a big thing yet. It was still illegal in the state of Texas, so I did what you might call semi-pro underground fighting, basically any invitational, which meant I fought in a lot of apartments and a lot of parks and a lot of volleyball, sand pits. And the farthest I ever went, I think, was Dallas to have a fight. I did that until I was about maybe 22. From 22 till 25, I was in college. After college, I then got back to training. I started training fighters, specifically some female fighters. Went through a few students that were actually pretty good. And then one of these students that I took on, a woman named Lisa, I think she fought in Australia. She ended up bringing in students, and I trained and sparred and fought with more professional style athletes from there. I also did some boxing, and at the end of all of that, at the age of 30, I then retired from fighting. When I got scouted for a professional fight, the word was that I could win, that I was good, but I wasn't exciting, and I was boring. They wanted me to lose about 50 pounds and become a speed fighter. I'm only 5'7", so they wanted me to weigh 150. And I like being at 200 pounds, like having a bit of muscle on me. So, didn't happen. After 30, I stopped fighting. I got really fat. And by the time that I was 33, 34, I had bad diabetes. I had a 14A1C. I then spent 3 years regaining my health back, including building back my leg muscle because I had some diabetic muscle loss, which sucked. I then started training clients again, and I did that until this past year when my wife made me get what she called a real job, because being a personal trainer and a martial artist to her was not a real job. I actually made more money as a personal trainer, but anyway, having a 9 to 5 is a bit different, and I've gained a little bit of weight with this new job. So what about my history with Tai Chi? For the longest time, I read actually a Tai Chi book from my uncle, the one who taught me Taekwondo, and then I bought this on my own. I bought this a long, long time ago, and I've been following this for years. I've even used this specific book. I've even used one of the techniques in here in a real fight and won the fight using this technique. So does Tai Chi work in a real fight? Yeah, technically. But lately, I've actually tried to get into more traditional Tai Chi back when I was getting back in shape, because when I had my diabetic muscle loss, I would cramp after even 5 minutes of walking. So I needed something with light impact. So I bought this, and I bought this. And this sucked. I couldn't really do it, couldn't really get into it. What ended up coming from that is I ended up buying a pamphlet. I believe it was from Barnes & Noble, although it might have been from Amazon. And that actually helped me develop my Tai Chi a lot. and I combine that with what my uncle taught me. My uncle taught me, if you want to call it Tai Chi, it would be titled something like Northern Tiger Fist, basically meaning, or Northern Mountain Tiger Fist, Korean Tai Chi. Basically, all that really means is stationary and focus on hands. So there wasn't a lot of kicks. That's my background, and look forward to the next video as I try to make Tai Chi more functional, because traditional Tai Chi and traditional Kung Fu doesn't really work in a real fight, but I would like it to. And there was a type of Kung Fu, a type of Tai Chi before the reforms where it was functional, where it actually worked. It wasn't just acrobatics. So being an American, I would like to explore that, because like I said, in at least one fight where I decided to go with the Tai Chi that I was practicing at the time, I actually won the fight using only Tai Chi moves. So let's see what that looks like. Peace, like, subscribe. I hope you like this series. There's going to be a mini series. I don't know how long it's going to go. It's going to be kind of like the series like where I took my wife to different churches just to have her try it out. This will be me trying different Tai Chi stuff. It's going to happen haphazardly. I don't have a regular set schedule for this program yet. But I hope you enjoy it. And the next video will be me doing a traditional Tai Chi whatever.